Okay, I mean, you could be a truck driver, astronaut, a president. Why would anybody want to be a horse trainer?
It's just in your blood. You're
Uh-huh.
just born with it. Mine was emotional.
Mhm.
My horse, from my childhood, I ran to my horse for safety. My
Mhm.
horse was my safe place. I went there, and if I had a bad day, I went to see my horse.
Mhm.
We were certified in equine therapy for a long time,
Mhm.
and I believe in it so much
Right.
because you can't lie to a horse.
Okay.
You cannot lie. They are nonverbal animals. They
Mhm.
don't. You can walk up to them. I use this analogy all the time. I can walk up with a loaded gun at a horse standing in the cross ties and say, say, "You're the prettiest horse in the barn," and he'll walk right to me because he ain't
Yeah.
paying one bit of word to what I say.
Mhm.
He's my mannerisms.
Right.
Or I can run at him and say, "You're the
Mhm.
prettiest horse in the barn," and he's going to run away. He didn't hear what I said.
Yeah.
So you can't lie about your emotions.
Right.
You can sit all day long and say, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not
Mhm.
nervous," but that horse knows if you
Yeah.
are. So I ran to my horse for my safe
Yeah.
place, and
That's
so
interesting.
and I've got a barn. We've got a barn now. We give about 100 riding lessons a week, and it's
Mhm.
you sit and you watch. It saves so many kids' lives
That's
because that
interesting.
becomes their best friend, and that's
Right.
someone that is not ever going to tell their secrets,
Right.
and they're happy to see you every time you walk in the door,
Hmm.
and that's what my love for horses started out
Yeah.
as. It wasn't a bit about the competition. It was about the relationship with a horse and a rider,
Uh-huh.
and that's what is hard in my business. People don't realize we get a relationship with the kid, you get a relationship with the horse, because let's be real, I'm working a horse for somebody. I'm with that horse 7 days a week.
Right.
That owner's with him once, twice a week.
Right.
I have a strong relationship with that horse. So when
Right.
people leave or they sell them or they do whatever,
Right.
it's a hard part of our business
That makes
because
sense.
they go away, and that's a hard thing.
Yeah.
You just got to hope that they go on to a good place, and
Right.
because you get a love for that animal.
Mhm. So it's not the wealth and the fame.
No, no,
See, I would have thought that.
no,
I would have thought you're in it for the wealth and the fame and
no,
the money and the notoriety and the
no,
huh?
no, not at all.
That's strange.
Not at all. I mean, I'm lucky in that have
Yeah.
the business and
I
all
don't
that,
think
but
I
that's
don't
not
think
why I do it.
I don't think you're a bit lucky. I think you know what you're doing.
Oh, well, I
You
appreciate
you
that.
work it, you work it, you work the crowd, you know what you're doing, you know your business. And listen, if you didn't by this time, something be wrong with you.
Well, that's what I joke with
Okay.
them all the time. I say, if I don't know by now, I've been training horses that many years. If I don't know what I'm doing now, I'm not paying any attention.
Well, it's like I talked to a buddy of mine a minute ago, been married 3 times. He said, I ought to know what makes a good marriage by now. He said, so anyway, well, there's stuff that goes on. Well, you really, I mean, you have set a mark for a whole lot of people.
Well, thank you.
Okay, you really have. And you
I
know,
was one of the first that showed speed back in the day. It
right?
was a men's class.
Yeah.
And back in central Kentucky, we would go. I used to show with Sue Dunn's daddy. Sue was just a little girl,
Right.
and but I was one of the first to ever start showing in speed.
And you dress nice too.
Well, thank you.
Right, spiffy. You
Well,
always
thank
look
you.
neat in there. I mean, sharp looking jackets and stuff like that. And you come in looking good, present a horse, tax clean, your horse looks good.
Well, thank you.
And
It's all about the presentation.
we may have to kick you out every once in a while, like we do, but other than that, that happens.
I keep coming back though, you know.
It's good. It's really good. I mean,
Right.
I really do. I appreciate what you do, and I know. And I tell you what, you know where. I'm not saying you always say what's on your mind, because I don't think that's a compliment, but you always know where you stand.